Hello students, today we will start a topic that is tracheostomy suctioning. So what is tracheostomy? So tracheostomy, it is the opening of the trachea and it's an emergency condition when the person is not able to take the proper breath, or if the patient is having any other condition. In that time we have to open the trachea so that we will maintain the positive pressure ventilation. Then what do you mean by this suctioning? So when we will perform this tracheostomy, in that time the trachea which will be open, so in that time the secretions which will be comes out. So to clean the secretion we have to perform the suctioning. So tracheostomy suctioning means it is the opening of the trachea and we have to clean the or suction the trachea. Then anatomical position of tracheostomy tube. Here you will see that the tracheostomy tube. So where the anatomical position which will be present in the tracheostomy tube. So in this you will see this is the upper respiratory tract. So in upper respiratory tract, what are things comes under in this? That will be nasal cavity. Then next is the pharynx, then larynx. Then after that lower respiratory tract. Here you will see that this is the trachea. So here the surgeon which will be open the trachea, and we have to introduce the tracheostomy tube. Then after introducing the tracheostomy tube, when the secretions which will be comes out, or we have to clean that area, we have to do the suctioning. Then after that in lower respiratory tract it is primary bronchi, then this one is the lungs. So this is about anatomical positioning of tracheostomy tube. Then what is tracheostomy? So it is a surgical opening in the anterior wall of the trachea. When the surgeon, they have to do the surgical opening in the anterior wall of the trachea, and it will be just below the larynx, or is an operation procedure that create a surgical airway in the cervical trachea emergency procedure. So in this procedure, or in this tracheostomy, you will see that the surgeon, they have to do the surgical opening in the anterior wall of the trachea, and it will be just below the larynx. And if and it is a surgical procedure, or it is an operation. So when the surgeon which will be operate in that area, so it is make a surgical airway, means the person which will be not able to take the proper breathe, so that the trachea it should be opens. And previously I have also told you that this tracheostomy procedure, it is an emergency procedure, means if the patient is having the lung collapse, or the person is not able to take the proper breath, or any accidental injury, or any blunt injuries which will be occur in the trachea or lungs, lungs. So in that condition, if the patient is not able to take their own breath, and so in that condition we have to do this tracheostomy procedure. Then next is the definition. So according to Mary Ann Hogan and Helen Harkander, a tracheostomy is an artificial opening into the trachea that bypass the normal defense mechanism of the upper respiratory tract. Means it is an artificial opening. Means this is artificial opening. Means this opening which will be created by the surgeon. In normal person, this opening which will be not present, means in our trachea, the opening which will be not there. But if the person is having any emergency condition, so in that time the surgeon, they have to make an artificial opening into the trachea that bypass the, and it will be bypasses the normal defense mechanism. Means in our body, the normal defense mechanism which will be present of the upper respiratory tract. So this is the definition of the tracheostomy. Then what are the indications? Means when we have to perform this tracheostomy, in every condition we will not perform the tracheostomy. There will be some indications, so that we have to perform the tracheostomy procedure. So to provide and maintain patent airway, means when the person is not able to take their own breath, and when we will providing the oxygen or other equipments, when we will sorry, use in the patient. In that time also, if the patient which will be not able to maintaining their own breath, so in that time, to maintain the patent airway, we have to do this tracheostomy procedure. To enable the removal of tracheobronchial secretion, means if the patient is having any injury or any means other condition which will be present in the patient's body, and because of this the patient is not able to remove the tracheobronchial bronchial secretions, and because of this tracheobronchial secretions, the person is having the problem of any other condition, and the person is not able to take their own breath, so in that time we have to perform the tracheostomy. The next is the to improve patient comfort. If the patient is not able to take the proper breath, so in that time the patient is having the problem of severe discomfort. So to improve the patient comfort, we have to do the tracheostomy procedure. The next one is that to permit long term positive pressure ventilation. When the patient is not able to take their own breath, so in that time the patient is having the problem of positive pressure ventilation, means the patient is not able to take their own breath, and to permit long term positive pressure or to maintain the long term positive pressure ventilation, we have to perform this tracheostomy procedure. So these all are about the indications of tracheostomy. Then next is the types of tube. So there will be three types of tube. First is the metal, then next is the fenestrated, then third one is the plastic and cuff. This metal tracheostomy tube, it will be used previously, so it will be when the patient which will be come into the hospital, so in that time this tracheostomy tube which will be removed and it will be sterilized, then again it will be connected to the patient's trachea. Then this is called as a fenestration. So this is fenestration. Then next is the plastic and cuffed. So nowadays we will use this plastic and cuffed tracheostomy tube. Then next is the suctioning. So what is suctioning? So the suctioning means it is removal of secretion from tracheous bronchial free through an endotracheal tube with the help of mechanical suction device. So why we have to perform this suctioning? When the secretions which will be come out in the trachea, when we will open the trachea, so in that time we have to remove of secretions from the tracheobronchial free. Means then we have to do the tracheobronchial free. Then through and how we have to perform this suctioning? It will be through an endotracheal tube with the help of mechanical suction device. And how it will be performed? It will be performed with the help of mechanical suction device. So in this way we have to perform the suctioning, and we have to remove the secretions which will be come out when we have to do the artificial opening in the trachea. Then what are the purposes of this tracheostomy? So the first purpose of this tracheostomy, that is to maintain a patent airway by removing secretion. So when we will remove the secretion, so in that time the patient's airway which will be patently maintained, means the person which will be able to take the proper airway or proper breathe. Then to prevent lower respiratory tract infection from retained secretion, means when the secretions which will be accumulated in the trachea and we will not do the proper suctioning, so in that time the secretions which will be goes into the lower respiratory tract and it will be creating the infection. So to prevent the lower respiratory tract infection, we have to perform the tracheostomy suctioning. Then what all articles which will be used in this tracheostomy suctioning and care? First is a clean tray containing. So in clean tray, we will kept the sterile suction catheter. The number which will be 12 to 16. It will be adult. It will be used for adult, and the size for children, so it will be 8 to 10. The next is we have to also use the sterile gloves, mask, face shield, gown. Why we have to use this face shield? Because sometime when we will perform the tracheostomy secretion, so the secretions which will be come out forcefully, so to prevent from to prevent from the cross infection, we have to use this mask, face shield. Then next is the kidney tray to discard the liquid waste, and alcohol swab to clean the equipments. Then we have to use the stethoscope. Then a sterile tray containing sterile towel or and normal saline, bowel with gauze pieces to clean that area, outer covering of the tracheostomy tube. Then additional article, we have to keep the resuscitation bag, reservoir, 100 percent oxygen source, and portable suction machine. So these are the additional articles we have to keep in the patient's means bedside, so that if the patient is having any emergency condition, so we have to provide the resuscitation for the patient. Then next is the suctioning procedure. So in suctioning procedure, first we have to check the patient case sheet. Then we have to see that why the tracheostomy which will be performed and what is the diagnosis of the patient. Then we have to see that the tracheostomy suctioning it will be performed with which solution. Then after that we have to identifying the patient's name, patient's registration number. Then after that we have to do the hand wash and then the gloves. Then after that we have to explain the procedure to the patient. So when we will explaining the procedure to the patient, why we have to explaining the procedure to the patient, so that the we will gain the confidence of the patient, and the patient during the time of performing the procedure, the patient which will be cooperate with us. Then next is the place patient in Paulus position. We will not give the supine position. We have to give the Paulus position to the patient when we will perform the suctioning. Then otherwise it will be a chance of aspiration. Then next is select the appropriate size suction catheter. Means it will be depend upon the patient's age. So we have to select the appropriate size of suction catheter. Then hyper oxygenated before each suction pass. Means when we will do the suctioning, so before performing each suction, we have to perform a we have to do hyper oxygenate. Then insert a catheter to pre-measured depth. Means we have to insert a catheter to pre-measured depth and apply suction on withdrawal of catheter. Then after that we have to apply the suction catheter on withdrawal of catheter. Then limit suctioning. The suctioning, it should be only for 5 seconds. Means not more than this we have to perform the suctioning, otherwise the patient is having the problem of discomfort. Then use suction pressure, it should be between 80 to 120 mm of Hg. Then next, discard soiled tracheostomy dressing. If the tracheostomy dressing, not if, means when we were performing the suctioning, so the tracheostomy dressing which will be discard which will be soiled, so in that time we have to discard the tracheostomy dressing and we have to perform the another sterile tracheostomy dressing. Then next is the replace oxygen on the patient. Then after performing the procedure, we have to replace the oxygen on the patient. Then since catheter with saline to clear, rinse catheter with saline to clean the secretion. Then after completing the procedure, we have to rinse the catheter with the saline to clean the secretions. Then what all complications which will be present in the patient who are having the problem of this tracheostomy suctioning. So immediate the person is having the problem of hemorrhage. If so and this the patient is having the problem of bleeding, then hypoxia, the oxygen level which will be decreased, and sometime if we will performing many times suctioning, in that time the patient is also having the problem of trauma. So this complication, it will be comes under the immediate. The next is the early. In early you will see that tube obstruction or displacement. So means when we will insert the tube, or when the surgeon which will be inserted the tube, so the person is having the problem of tube obstruction or displacement, then pulling of secretion leading aspiration. So it will be also having the problem of pulling of secretion which will be lead to, means if the secretion which will be pulled in the lower area, so it will be leads to aspiration. Then next is the bleeding from tracheostomy site, and it will be also creating the infection, so it will be comes under the early. Then in late stage, airway obstruction with aspiration. So the person is having the problem of airway obstruction with aspiration. Then next is the tracheal stenosis and tracheomalacia. The next is the care of patient with tracheostomy. So in care of patient with tracheostomy, we have to see the humidification. Humidification means the normal humidification and air filtration system is bypassed if the trachea is instituted. So we have to maintain, or we have to check the humidifier. So the other humidifier which will be proper working or not, the air, the oxygen which will be properly supplied or not. The next is suctioning. So the suctioning should be done PRN after chest physiotherapy and nebulization. So the suctioning, it should be done after chest physiotherapy. Means after chest physiotherapy, the secretions which will be come out. So after chest physiotherapy only, we have to perform a nebulization. The next is care of tracheostomy tube. So what care we have to perform in the tracheostomy patient? So tube care. In tube care, we will see that tube needed to be clean. If the tube which will be contaminated, in that time the patient may be developing the chance of infection, and the infection which will be developed in the lower respiratory tract. Then cuffed pressure should be measured in every shift. So we have to check the cuffed pressure. It should be measured in every shift, and it should be done by a nurse. The next is the stoma care. Care towards hygiene and asepsis is necessary. So when we have to maintain the proper hygiene, and we have to means daily clean the daily change the dressing, and whenever we will change the dressing, and whenever we will perform the tracheostomy suctioning or tracheostomy care, in that time we have to maintain the proper aseptic technique as per hospital policy and barrier cream. Then next is the nursing diagnosis. So if the patient is having the problem of this tracheostomy suctioning, in that time what nursing diagnosis we have to make? So in this the patient is risk of ineffective airway clearance, which will be related to increased secretion secondary to tracheostomy. Means in this tracheostomy suctioning, it will be risk of ineffective airway clearance. So it will be related to increased secretions secondary to tracheostomy. Means because of tracheostomy, the person is developing the increased secretion, and because of this increased secretion, the risk of ineffective airway, means the patient is not able to take the proper airway. Then risk for infection related to excessive pulling of secretion. Means when we will doing many times suctioning, or we have to pulling excessively, we have to pulling of secretion. So in that time also the patient they have to risk for infection. Then impaired verbal communication related to inability to procedure speech secondary to tracheostomy. So it will be also affecting the verbal communication of the patient, and it will be also change the voice. Then risk for trauma to recurrent suctioning. So when we will perform the recurrent suctioning, in that time the patient is also having the problem of risk for trauma. The nursing management, the patient and all hospital staff will demonstrate and apply hand washing techniques. So whenever they have to perform the tracheostomy suctioning, the patient and all hospital staff will demonstrate and apply hand washing techniques, so that they have to maintain the or to prevent the cross infection. The nurse educate the patient and his family about transmission of infection after discharge. Means in this you will see that the trachea which will be open, so it will be chances to direct entry of the microorganism. So in that time, it is a responsibility of a nurse to educate the patient and his family about the transmission of infection after the discharge. Then we have to also check the vital sign. Why we have to check the vital sign? Because if the patient is having the problem of infection, in that time the vital sign which will be also affected. So we have to check the patient's body's vital sign. Then keep patient with comfortable position, so that the patient which will be maintaining the proper breathing. Then things to remember: do not panic. Then we have to perform a sterile technique. Safety first, then critical thinking. Means when we will doing this type of procedure, so in that time first we have to do the critical thinking, then we have to maintain the proper nutrition, then we have to maintain the proper communication with the patient and the patient's family member. So these all are about the topic of tracheostomy suctioning and care. So it is an important topic, and it is performed mainly in the ENT wards, or it is an emergency procedure. So you have to remember many things when you have to perform this procedure. So thank you.